It reeks of ye old Axe body spray.
Excuse me, sir.
Every so often you get a movie that is not meant to make you think. It's not supposed to have anything that prominent to say or anything like that at all. Its only purpose is just for entertainment and nothing more. Netflix's America the Motion Picture is just that exact type of movie. Talk about a film that knows what it wants to be and just sticks to it. It goes all out as much as humanly possible and doesn't let up one bit with how batshit insane it gets. It was something I did not have on my radar, but with what the trailer was promising, it seemed like something worth checking out, and I gotta say, it was a fun ride. So the story revolves around an alternate history of America, one where some modern day things exist and some don't. You don't question it, you just go along with it. It's sort of akin to like Dave the Barbarian. In this alternate timeline, Benedict Arnold stops the United States from gaining its independence from the British and plans to take over the world by turning everyone else on the planet British. It's up to George Washington, Sam Adams, and a ragtag group of dude bro rebels to put a stop to him and secure America's future as a free country. The plot revolves around being a total rip on the American Revolution. It takes massive liberties. Like, imagine if country hillbillies were to write their own summary of American history with some liberal revision sprinkled in the mix. That sums up this film. There's shit like werewolves in it and other folklore fairy tale stuff. It makes it abundantly clear it's not meant to be taken seriously. This movie has nuts and conviction, and I honestly respect that. They know what they wanted from this film and they accomplished it. It was directed by Matt Thompson, who's a major vet in the industry, who's created shows like C-Lab 2021 and co-created Frisky Dingo and wrote for Archer, and was written by Dave Callahan, who wrote the Expendables movies as well as the Shang-Chi movie and the Wonder Woman 84 movie. It wears its influences on its sleeves with how it presents itself. You will get a sense of the early 2000s Adult Swim era with some hints of Archer from this. The characters are a group of half total ignorant dude bros and have very competent minorities. George Washington is basically this guy who believes in the idea of freedom and all that stuff, but is just a straight dumbass. His heart can be in the right place, but he's just a big oaf. He's out for revenge for the death of his friend Abraham Lincoln. I told you, this movie takes massive liberties. Sam Adams is in that dude bro boat, but more extreme and a tinge racist? He's a total idiot who embodies just about everything wrong with America, being super dumb and violent, and he can be over the top as he possibly can be. There's Paul Revere, who's kind of a giddy giant who just wants friends. He doesn't really want much else, but has a heart of gold, which you can't be mad at. He's just kind of a simple character with simple wants. The team gets rounded out by some sensible members like Thomas Edison, who's female and Chinese in this. It's pretty funny how they came up with that idea. She's the smartest one of the group and just wants science to have a name for itself and be what people turn to for solutions versus yelling witchcraft at every new thing. Then you got Geronimo, who is Native American, but you know, Americans gotta be stupid and call him Indian.
Fuck America.
He ain't got time for America's shit, but helps out with everything anyway because, well, what do you expect? Should he just stay under British rule or at least fight to get something maybe better? I mean, not really, but anyway, there's this blacksmith who the movie just calls Blacksmith. He follows in every other minority's footprint of just being done with the white man's crap. This whole group is just one big kegger bomb of testosterone and logic that goes off pretty easily, and the results are freaking hilarious. This movie prides itself on tongue-in-cheek humor. Almost every joke it has is at the expense of America, be it America's racism, sexism, its overly violent tendencies, whatever, you name it. It does not shy away from ripping America a new one. It had this one scene on a building with the name Vietnam and referred to it as a quagmire that they could be in for years. That's the type of shit you're gonna get with this film. It doesn't hold back on what it wants to say. Almost feels like the crew was just trying to get off their frustrations with America. I don't know, that's just something I was kind of reading from it. There's just so many callbacks to American history that are a total riff on it with pretty clever jokes. The only thing it surprisingly holds back on is its use of nudity. Don't get me wrong, you see some nipple, but only like one pair throughout the whole film. It makes up for that with its overabundance of major hyper violence. There's constant bloodshed that makes the film fun. Everything is basically turned up to 11 and it doesn't let up one bit. Every character is basically on edge, and why wouldn't they be? This is America. Its title might as well be Shut the Fuck Up and Enjoy, cause that is all you can do with a movie like this. Now to spit his take on this movie, a fellow connoisseur of animated madness, everybody, Pan Pizza.
Oh boy, yeah, so America the Motion Picture is exactly the film you expect it to be. It can feel like a long, one-note joke and does lose steam midway through, but then it picks up soon after. This movie kept surprising me. It has so much energy, and compared to other crudely drawn adult animations, this looks fantastic.
That is very true. This is a pretty gorgeous movie. It has a design philosophy that's akin to that new Bird Girl series, but more refined. There's a nice smoothness to the characters' motions that makes the action scenes just pop. The characters are pretty chiseled in their design, which adds to the gruff and tough feel the movie's going for. It uses riggings in a smooth manner that manages to be super expressive, almost like it's Archer, but fully realized in its means of motion.
I love how the universe takes place in a sort of mishmash of historical stories, people and events that really existed centuries apart to all happen during the same lifetime here. There is no rules to this movie. It's the perfect thing to watch at 3 AM alone because I was laughing my ass off. Now, back to you, man.
This movie is not one to come into expecting high art. Though the high-octane violence is an art in and of itself, it doesn't go from 0 to 100. No, it stays at 100 and never lets up. It's meant to be more like a fast roller coaster that just launches right out the gate. You don't think, you just have fun. It can have clever jokes sprinkled throughout and good commentary in there, but it is mainly meant to be for fun. It's a total bro movie that you and your friends can just sit back and enjoy. Every so often, you just gotta have a movie that's more for having a good time with, and this one is definitely one to raise the flag for.